Picture this, a world where the names Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Bill Gates are not the ultimate symbols of wealth. Instead, the spotlight shifts to families whose fortunes have been accumulating for generations, often away from the public eye. These are the dynasties that have not only built empires, but have also sustained and grown their wealth through world wars, economic downturns, and societal changes. Their money is as old as the hills, and guess what? Many of them are richer than modern-day billionaires. Let's pull back the curtain and delve into the fascinating world of the richest old money families. But before we begin, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 5. The Ambani family, India's pinnacle of affluence. To kick things off, forget the glitz and glam of Hollywood because the real blockbuster story is unfolding in the boardrooms and mansions of the Ambani family. Mukesh Ambani, the patriarch, is sitting pretty with a net worth of $90.9 billion as of September 2023. And the family business, Reliance Industries, is a behemoth with a revenue of $110 billion. They're into everything from petrochemicals and oil to telecom and retail. So how do you spend that kind of money? Well, if you're Mukesh Ambani, you buy a house worth more than $1 billion. I'm not kidding. A single house that costs more than the GDP of some small countries. And let's not forget their ownership of the Mumbai Indians, a top-tier professional cricket team. They're not just raking in the cash, they're also the kings and queens of leisure and sports. The Ambani family's wealth traces back to Dhirubhai Ambani, who founded Reliance Industries in 1966. Initially, the company focused on textiles, but later diversified into petrochemicals, refining, and telecommunications. Mukesh Ambani, Dhirubhai's son, took over and expanded the business into new sectors. Enter Jio, the telecom service that turned into a revolution. With nearly 450 million subscribers, it's a phenomenon. And just when you think they've hit the ceiling, they go ahead and launch Jio Financial Services. It's like they're in a race, but they're the only ones on the track. But wait, there's a plot twist. The Ambanis are going green. They've got plans to invest $80 billion in renewable energy over the next decade or so. They're even building a new complex exclusively for this venture. Sustainable and filthy rich? Now that's a combo you don't see every day. And don't think this is just a one-man show. The next generation of Ambanis has already stepped into the limelight. All three of Mukesh's kids joined the Reliance board in 2023. Each has taken a slice of the empire, and they're already making waves. 4. The Hermès family, fashioning luxury. Think you understand the meaning of luxury? Wait until you hear about the Hermès family. With an astonishing net worth of $94.6 billion, they're not just wealthy, they're in a league of their own. Whether it's their iconic Birkin bags, which can set you back a staggering $290,000, or their lavish collaboration with Bugatti for a car swathed in Hermès leather, their spending habits are as opulent as you could imagine. But wait, there's more. The Hermès family didn't just stumble upon this fortune. Oh no, this is a tale that dates back to 1837 when Thierry Hermès opened his first store in Paris. The empire started with hand-stitched saddles for European royalty. But Thierry probably never dreamed that this small shop would one day turn into a global fashion empire. But dreams have a funny way of becoming reality, don't they? Fast forward to the 1900s, and Hermès was the go-to place for royals across the world. But the family didn't stop there. Around 100 years after the store first opened, they decided to expand their inventory. First came silk scarves and ties, and today a single Hermès scarf will cost you more than $1,200. Are you sensing a pattern here? Then came the Dumas family takeover. Robert Dumas, Thierry's son-in-law, took the reins and led Hermès into the fashion market. Suddenly, Hermès wasn't just about saddles and scarves. They were making belts and bags too. And when Robert's son Jean-Louis Dumas took over, sales skyrocketed from $82 million to more than $445 million during the 1980s. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, it did. Now let's talk about the Birkin bag. This iconic fashion piece wasn't just a stroke of genius, it was a stroke of luck. Jean-Louis Dumas met actress-singer Jane Birkin on a plane, and the rest is history. These bags are so meticulously designed that they can take up to 25 years to be produced perfectly. Can you imagine waiting 25 years for a bag? But people do, and the wait lists stretch years in advance. Today, the Hermès empire is run by Axel Dumas, the nephew of Jean-Louis Dumas. The brand has more than 300 shops globally, and even went public on the Paris Stock Exchange in 1993. But don't be fooled. The family still owns around 75% of the company. They're not letting go of this golden goose anytime soon. They've partnered with Apple and even helped design one of the most expensive cars on earth, the Hermès Bugatti Veyron. But what's next for this fashion juggernaut? With a 32% increase in sales over the last quarter and plans to expand their customer base, the sky's the limit. 3. The Koch family, a tale of oil, money and influence. Next, let's dive into the lives of the Koch family, a story so entangled with the American dream that it's almost cinematic. With a net worth of $128.8 billion, they're not just rich, they're a financial behemoth. But how did they get there, and what exactly are they up to? Fred C. Koch laid the foundation of Koch Industries back in 1940. It started as the Wood River Oil and Refining Company, and today it's a sprawling empire with annual revenues exceeding $110 billion. But don't be fooled, this isn't just an oil company. They've got their hands in everything, and over the years, the company has grown at a rate of 16 times greater than the S&P 500. Talk about exponential growth. Now here's where the plot thickens. Fred C. Koch had 4 sons, Charles, David, Frederick, and William. After Fred's death, Charles took over, and let's just say not everyone was happy. A family feud erupted, leading to Frederick and William being bought out for a cool $800 million. Imagine being ousted from your family's empire. And Charles Koch, the man of the hour, he didn't just sit on this fortune, he multiplied it. Under his leadership, Koch Industries diversified like never before. They ventured into resins, polymers, glass, oil pipelines, and even robotics. Today, they own Georgia Pacific, a company that employs over 30,000 people and produces everything from paper to building products, Guardian Industries, a glass manufacturing giant, and Invista, a company involved in fabrics, fibers, and plastics. Then there's also Molex, a tech company they acquired for $7.2 billion, which is involved in everything from electric cars to robotic surgery. And let's not forget about their subsidiaries like Flint Hills, which alone has a production capacity of roughly 725 million gallons of ethanol per year. David Koch, Charles's late brother, was also a key player until his death in 2019. The two brothers each owned 42% of the company, keeping the wealth all in the family. And if you think they're just about business, you're mistaken. They're deeply involved in American politics, funding libertarian think tanks and candidates. So love them or hate them, they're a force to be reckoned with. Number 2. The Mars family, sweetening the pot. At number 2, the Mars family, the candy moguls behind Mars Incorporated. You know, the creators of Snickers, Mars bars and M&Ms. As of recent data, the Mars family is worth a jaw-dropping $94 billion. They're America's 3rd richest family, and guess what? They've got the empire to prove it. An empire built by Frank Mars, who began selling candy from his kitchen in Tacoma, Washington back in 1911. Imagine that, $1 billion empire starting from a kitchen. But you should know that Frank wasn't just a candy maker, he was a socialite. During the Depression, he and his wife Ethel owned a $20,000 Duesenberg town car and had gateway homes in Wisconsin and Tennessee. They were the talk of the town, and Ethel's horse even won the Kentucky Derby in 1940. Talk about living the high life. When Frank's son, Forrest Sr., joined the company in 1929, he set the foundation for Milky Way bars and Snickers. He even moved to England to start his own business. Since then, Mars Incorporated has become a dominant force in both candy and pet food. They own major food brands like Pedigree, Whiskas, and Royal Canin. And get this, they're also the biggest private American chains of veterinary hospitals. Who knew, right? Now let's talk about Forrest Sr.'s kids, Jacqueline, John, and Forrest Jr. They inherited a stake in the company and have a collective fortune of $72 billion. Jacqueline and John co-own Mars Incorporated, and they're not shy about their wealth. Jacqueline listed her estate in New Jersey for $2 million and maintains a penthouse at the Watergate. But don't think they're all about the glitz and glam. They're also philanthropists. Both Jacqueline and John run the Mars Foundation, which donates to various causes. But here's the kicker. Despite their immense wealth and influence, the Mars family is known for being notoriously private. Their headquarters in Virginia are even nicknamed the Kremlin. Makes you wonder, what are they hiding? Just when you thought you'd reached the pinnacle of wealth with the Mars family, think again. Hold on to your shopping carts, folks, because we're about to venture into the empire that's so rich it's almost mythical. Get ready to meet the Waltons, a family that makes Bezos look like he's playing in the minor leagues. 1. The Walton Family, the retail titans. Their collective net worth? A jaw-dropping $224.5 billion. Let's rewind a bit, shall we? The year is 1962. A man named Sam Walton opens the first Walmart store in Arkansas. He's got a simple idea: serve rural areas and help customers cut costs and share profits. Sounds straightforward, right? But what Sam Walton didn't know was that he was laying the foundation for an empire. Fast forward to today, and Walmart has become a behemoth with over 2.2 million employees. That's right, 2.2 million. It's the world's largest private employer, folks. But wait, there's more. The Waltons don't just own Walmart, they've got their fingers in other pies too. Ever heard of Sam's Club? Yep, that's them. How about the British supermarket chain Asda? That's them again. It's like they've got the Midas touch, but instead of turning things into gold, they turn them into billion-dollar businesses. And let's talk about Alice Walton for a second. She's not sitting on her billions. She's an art aficionado with a $500 million art collection. She's also a philanthropist who donated $225 million in Walmart shares to the Walton Family Foundation. Speaking of which, this foundation isn't just for show. In 2016, Alice and her brother Jim put a whopping $250 million grant towards building charter school facilities. Now, you might be wondering, how do they manage all this wealth? Well, as of December 2014, the Waltons collectively owned 50.8% of Walmart. But here's where it gets interesting. They sold some of their company's stock back in 2018 and now own just under 50%. Why? We can only speculate, but one thing's for sure, they're still insanely rich. And it's not just about the money, it's about the legacy. Sam Walton passed away in 1992, but his family has kept the empire growing. His children, Jim, Rob and Alice, have consistently been in the top 20 of the Forbes 400 list since 2001. This shows that their wealth isn't just a fluke. It's a well-oiled machine that's been running for decades. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. See you next time.